Okay, here we go, folks. Without further ado, it's about damn time. Let's get into the Counter-Strike, folks. North and Windigo starting off on Overpass, and the Betway odds are just going to cement our thoughts in the fact that North have an edge, 1.61 to 2.15. We'll see if this changes over time.
Yeah, the odds are not too bad. They're favored for North, but they're not crazy favored for North. So people are hyped on Windigo. That's for damn sure. We'll get to see Overpass, which is really cool. This should be fresh. I'm looking forward to it. North, they got a small break after narrowly winning that game, but at least it didn't go 3 maps. Could have been a little bit worse for them. And now, it's actually Windigo to go quite quickly. Out towards B. Gate, going to take first contact. And puts his target to sleep.
Poison, a little slow on the Glock, will eventually catch Cadian. AZ's up next on the menu. But it's Poison and Blocker. Now just Blocker himself, trying to fall back towards the monster side. He's lost control of bomb and lost control of the round. North, 3 survivors as they win another pistol.
And look at Gate, he is so warmed up. Another 3 kills on the pistol round. 224 ADR to start things off. Fiery fast speeds. And Windigo, I'm liking the pace as well. Quick B exec, the split towards short. It all could have been good. They were just a little bit quicker on the trigger.
That's another thing I should have warned you about, is that Windigo sometimes just throw these Hail Marys.
Let's go.
You know, they love to rush. They'll play a faster pace of Counter-Strike. I think it kind of ties into what I said, where they don't let their opponents get comfortable.
Mm-hmm. 2 players from Windigo set up in the stairs. Bomb up top, waiting to see if there is going to be a push in place, but North, as we can see from the blue dots on the screen, are all the way back in their spawns. We have Valdez spotting short. You can listen for the door. And Windigo start to turn the tides. Over towards A. Bathrooms are being cleared out, but there's nobody here. As time ticks down, they're still making good pace. As long as you do this, you know, we're probably around the 50-second mark to get up to the front of bathrooms. Lots of time to execute. You've got some time to fight if there's going to be a player there. And more importantly, get the bomb down safely if there's an opportunity.
Bubble and Victor drop from long. This means the entirety of the push for Windigo has to come out from the bathrooms of mid. And AZ's lost his teammate over the shoulder. Poison cleaned up, flash goes high, shots down range, and still more die. Very costly round here for North.
Yeah, that's actually crazy how much damage was dealt there, and they didn't even get up to the site. They had all the fights they wanted to. They won most of them, but the rotates were in, and 3 players stacked up was great. Normally, love to see pushing on the A site, but there they didn't have to do it, and just barely slipped out that round. Now, Kirby has bought up a FAMAS. I'm not sure if he's one of the ones who lived who carried that over. He's got some money left over, so he might have. But his teammates have all got relatively decent guns, apart from Katie and Windigo. Into the AKs and out to A. Nobody here for check for a flank. Windigo want to go fast, clear up balloons, and it seems like they're going to avoid long.
Quick exit and then this slower entry, falling silent as they walk towards the washrooms. North bolstering this A site, and it's a good call. AZ's going to be on an off angle. Victor walks right into it, loses his head, and AZ falls back immediately. They see this flurry of frags come over the top, smokes and flashes aplenty. AZ can't manage another kill, but Kierby's fully blind as he sprays down 1. Cadian unable to catch anything in this engagement. So Blocker and Bubble, 2 versus 2, still flashes popping all over, and Blocker sees the body, but he can't manage to land the shot. Eventually, Kierby sees him through the fading smoke. And that's North to the 3-0 start.
A lot of ground gains for Windigo there. They got up to the front of bathrooms, onto the site to pressure for an execute, and then once they did it, they got a certain number of kills, but North got all the initial trades and then got the info early enough. The rotates could be called, and then when all the dust settled in 2v1, that was enough. North brought it home. They got the 3-0 now, another opportunity to try to win a clean anti-eco as opposed to the one previously. And Cadian has bought an MP9. However, Windigo have forced up into this. They don't have amazing guns. That's why it looked like an eco, but they do have head armor.
Well, they're just going to wait on the site. More grenades popping off. Kierby, he doesn't wait. He just pries down short tunnel, does it a second time to his demise. Ships, trades, and AZ the same. Poison last up, but not for much longer. Just swarming them back. You know, North, they seem comfortable in this kind of a pace.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have dealt with a lot of aggressive teams, and it seems like it's not conducive to their play style, where they like to kind of slow it down, playful executes, work on map control, take their time. But they're just kind of like starving Windigo out. They're giving them a lot of space to work with, and Windigo are happy to take it. They're not getting confused with the amount of space that's being given. But North, when receding into positions like on the A site, which normally are not that great to start from, they're actually doing quite well. So 4-0, an attack timeout called for Windigo. We've seen a fast A, we've seen a fast B on the pistol, and both that eco round. There's still more options for them. Not much attention has been paid to long. The way that they kind of beeline towards A on curving the outside of the bathrooms was curious. I wonder what their plan is for when they see an op, because there will be one this round. As Cadian takes his talents out towards A.
Door swung wide, but Kierby's got an edge of a smoke to play with, and there's more bodies here. AZ not going to shy away from the peak. Wants a piece of the pie, and, well, it's turned back into the even 3v3. Cadian loses his support, so no surprise to see him lurk back into the A site as fast as possible. Doesn't want to be caught off and losing that op, nor the map control.
That's a huge boost for information. Anytime the rotate would come back to Valda, they'll get that info early. They even refresh that smoke. But it's hard to tell what is on Windigo's mind at the moment. They're really praying, I think, that North will run headfirst into them. But they've been quite patient so far and content to sit on the A site. Cadian here. Line of sight at long. Trying to get sight of Blocker. Blocker gets the kill, but also gets traded.
Yeah, that's very good from Gade. Mandatory, some would say. Flash goes high, Molotov to the left. He's just trying to buy time for that rotate. You can see Valda just gunning up on the flank. Sure enough, finding Poison, dropping the bomb, and then clearing Bubble on top of it all.
Wow.
North, great patience, good setup.
That's really well done. And yeah, because Valda had all that info, he didn't have to re-aggress onto short. He could hold it, and then when he needed to flank, he was comfortable moving fast up the stairs. So, you know, Windigo tried to play it patiently, but then explode. And the timing was almost good. Catching Cadian was a big find. It could have been a much faster round.
Props to Blocker for that. You know, it was very clear that the members of Windigo inside of bathrooms were just waiting for him to make contact from long. And the moment he sees Cadian jump spotting, he decides that's his moment. And it works out. If it wasn't for that instant headshot from Gade, maybe the A site crumbles.
So now in the eco rounds, once again, actually, the semi force up, they've saved a bit. Oh my God. Cadian just got out-opped, and oh, holy smokes. Kierby goes down, and both these guns are recoverable. There's no one here on the A site to deal with this at the moment. AZ has just moved in, but Blocker crouch slides right into his angle.
Wow, what a way to get into the game. Consider, of course, that the cash has been kept low by Windigo's success versus North. I mean, this is huge for them. Free weapons all around. Double M4 and an op for Poison. All off the back of some dirty deeks.
Both those shots were equally disgusting.
I feel queasy.
And that's pretty much all they needed to win. That was like, with those players at A, I mean, they were just like, okay, we're shoehorned into front bathrooms control and long control. We'll get info nice and early for you guys. But the kills just went down too soon. Just as people were setting up, maybe taking short B control, weren't even sure of that. And Windigo saved half their money, picked up 3 good guns, and now only have to rebuy 2 and kept 5 alive.
It's a perfect way to just rebound back into the game.
Yeah.
Being down in a 5-0, getting that extra injection of cash because you just needed some deagles to do it.
Yeah, so now they're not on a reset at all. You know, like Ships is the one who has the most money to spend. because they only recovered 3 guns. But apart from that, even if they lose this round flat out and get first round loss bonus, they'll all have super strong guys. So North, going to call attack timeout to maybe chill out after that. I'm not sure exactly. I wouldn't even be that mad, to be honest, if I was North, because there's not a lot they could do. I mean, yeah, Katie needed to hit that flick, but he probably thought he could hit that flick, avoid maybe the first eagle shot, get away, and Kirby was just on the fallback, immediately got peeked and 1-deked. It's going to happen.
Right.
That's
and
life.
It's going to happen, but the question is then, how many times will it happen? Odds are, not that many. So if you get it out of the way early on, just get back into your game. Prior to that one upset just now, North were looking hot and heavy.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be able to shake you. Not a team like this. Hell, maybe if they're lucky, they rebound immediately. You know, we talked about the Cash still being behind Windigo, but there's no reason North can't get right back up on their feet.
Windigo seem to have a particular affinity for the A site. Again, working on bathrooms. Another round where North just don't want anything to do with it, really. So just a lot of players stacked up towards short of B. And no WAP this time. KDN lost a very expensive gun last round. I'll have to earn it back.
Yeah, and they put it right into the hands of Poison. So he's meant to be the difference maker. I feel like they've been given bathrooms control every single round though.
Yeah, they basically, like North basically never use it, which I wonder if that'll come back to bite them at some point, but their holds on site have been just fine. And the one time they pushed out was that eco, so. Last round.
Cadian completely countered. Just flashbang after flashbang. Ships gets him on the edge of the smoke, but what do they know? Hazy's even snuck into the bathrooms and he's not alone. Oh boy, they're all there in fact. North just gunning Windigo down from behind. They didn't see it coming at all. Poison fires off the op to the headshot, sure enough, but the damage is substantial versus Windigo. Although, still, they seem fine. They hold the line. They keep up this 2v1. And Kierby's just sent desperately into the bomb site, trying to give chase. He's sectioned off the terrorists. They are separate 1v1s, and yet still he is done. The backstab from Poison is on point.
That's a really ridiculous 2v4 to win in that situation. It looked like North were just coming out of the woodwork. I mean, there was players coming up the stairs. There was 2 in bathrooms. There was Cadian, who also died on the site. And so when Windigo got that kill, they probably thought, okay, there's at max 2 people left here, and we probably have time to get the bomb down before the rotates come in. But instead, they had a whole firing squad waiting for them in the bathrooms for them to get on site so they could shoot. And it's like, wow, okay, I guess the round's over, but no. Poison and Blocker played it confidently, composed, hit their op shots, got in the afterplant, made it a 2v1 in a blink of an eye.
Whoop.
Switching for no reason.
Because Windigo just walked silently through the B bomb site. Ships just keeps going. He'll be caught off by Katie, and sure enough, the bomb plant down towards B. Poison gonna start damaging these other CTs. Hell, that deagle's on point. Oh my god.
Let's do more.
Did he miss? I think he missed 1 bullet in all that.
Yeah.
Only 1. Landed about 5 or 6. So Cadian will continue to stay behind the trash cans. He's just gonna savor the moment.
Take a whiff of that. Is that recycling or?
I don't know. It looks like it. Yeah, there's a recycle.
Oh, you got the little recycle, yeah.
Yep. Okay, it's all good.
Probably smells great.
Where I'm from, green bins are garbage.
Fresh plastic.
But I think this map's in Germany, so I don't know.
Where you're from, blue bins are recycling?
No, green bins. No, green bins are garbage, blue is recycling, and brown is compost.
And brown is compost.
'Cause that's a thing nowadays. You know, you gotta compost.
Yeah, but if you have a compost, you get fruit flies.
That's true, unless you clean it out every day.
Yeah, gotta clean a compost every day.
Do it after you brush your teeth, you know? Set a routine, Launders. Get your life together, would you?
Might as well brush your teeth with compost.
I wouldn't be surprised if you do.
The 3-man boost, and once this boost gets spotted, there's so much information trading hands. Luckily, you're still close to CT spawn, so you can get out of here. But like, let's say it's a monster hit in this situation, they're in a terrible spot. If it comes to short and they're in some kind of default, perfect. Pick one off, lots of time to get to get back to the spot that you want to go to. But I feel like it's just a lot of it's such a big commitment.
I feel like I very rarely see that happen when they have a full-fledged buy. You know, if you're just working with some CZs or if it's a pistol round setup, I get that. But that boost does not come into fruition. It's over towards the top of A that the action begins to unfold. And Windigo, as quick as they hit it, are gone. Back into their spawn, they'll crawl.
4-4, and it is decision-making time. Windigo, 3 players creeping up towards the monster side of the map. Don't know if they're going to head to short to throw their little bits of utility, but they've not got a lot to set up and clear stuff out. Instead, they should probably, yeah, they go monster, maybe clear out, or smoke short off, or they've got a teammate here, excuse me.
Easy, only good for one. Gade blocked off by smoke, trades straight away, 20 seconds up. Bomb crossing into the site, and Ships takes him down before vision is even there for him. Valda jumps, and Poison plucks him from the sky. Just denies the crossover. Quick flick up, and Cadian will try to do the same to get into the bomb site if he can.
Damn, dude, another low numbers situation that Windigo come out ahead in. I felt like Valda had one choice, and that was to jump to the site. If he came out the right, then he would have had to like run around default. You jump up, then you should be good, but it felt like he knew he was gonna die in some weird way. Cadian saving here is pretty big. Don't know if Poison will just come right through the smoke, but it looks like he's actually going to.
Oh,
only to his demise.
It's okay, they've got some extra cash to throw around. 12.8 thousand on Poison, 13.7 on Blocker. Not nearly as much cash for North. They're strapped.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And they're going for the half buy, so it might be another situation where Windigo can make even more. It's hard to tell who's doing better in this half, but it definitely feels like Windigo are confident. That's another round that has been pivotal. In fact, put North on an eco that has been a low number situation, and once was even an eco for them.
Cadian trades it down Monster. Victor smokes him off. Doesn't want any more of that. All it's going to do, though, is push North into the short water. AZ curious as to what's up. There's nobody nearby him, however. Windigo's game plan, clear out long. From there, retrieve bomb and move it along. The only one who can really throw a wrench in the works would be Kierby. Actually, now Cadian's back behind him. Remember, 1 op on the field here for North.
They're opting a more passive route, not using it to be too mobile, and he's already made presence. So is Cadian watching his back here? Yeah, it looks like he is. Might be able to get a shot off. That's it. Blocker gets stopped. I don't know if Cadian can get another smoke here to cross, and the bomb gets planted, or attempted to be planted outside default. Yeah. This only gives the CTs more time to set up, however.
Here comes AZ. He is smoked off, and Bubble's watching this smidgen of a gap. In fact, it's Victor to pick up the kill, because Cadian has found another. Bubble extends past the boxes, and he gets popped for it. Remember, Cadian's sitting on 3 kills at the current moment. CZ downrange, long distance, and Kierby still nearly wins, but re-peaks before the reload's finished. Poison will take that frag for free. Valda baits out the shot and gets him off cycle, but Cadian still hasn't been able to find Victor. He thinks he's over towards Bank, when in reality it's Dumpster. The smoke covers the defuse. Victor needs to spray. He gets it. A headshot on top of it all, but the question is, there's just no time.
Oh my God.
Windigo take a 5th and tie. But wow, Launders, that came down to the wire.
It came down to the wire. Only a few bullets there to try to shoot the guy who was defusing the bomb. Don't know if he would have committed harder than that if he had to. but his aim was on point there, just perfect. And Cadian had such a fantastic round overall, just picked them apart one by one. And again, that was the eco for North, but they did have at least the op from Cadian, and he had as much impact as he basically could have. And in those final moments, the bomb plant there is versatile. You know, it could be a player who comes from bank, it could be from CT. There's not really any way to know. You've just got to make a guess. And so Cadian was there to just hold the bank, basically. Almost dealt with the situation in time, but not quite. Not quite. Now, after that half force, where do North stand? They've even got an AUG this round. They're looking very healthy at the moment. Not a ton of money left over, but the buy itself right now is extremely healthy.
And there's still a healthy amount of rounds left to win, right? Either of these teams could legitimately take a 10-5 lead.
Surprised that Vald is not using an AUG. I mean, if Mirage is an AUG map and you like the AUG, Overpass is definitely an AUG map. Great substitute for an op in a lot of spots on CT side.
Gate will keep that trend rolling at least.
So their setup on CT side seems to be predicated on having these fast rotates from short. I personally love short control. I think it's very CT-sided. I think it's very useful as well, and sometimes, and it can help with the volatility of stairs to have short players to help you escort yourself out, or up for a fast retake, which we've been seeing them utilize that for. And of course, you could shut down a split towards B and simply hold B from short as well.
Not wanting to sit in their boost, they're going to move their feet forward.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's, yeah, just enough. Poison barely has vision through the flower pot. Just knocks Cadian's socks right off. Kierby has to extinguish the flames. That's going to give up his position. Ships could go for the spray down if he wants. They must know he's here, and yet they walk right past him. Bubble also falls. How has Kierby managed to keep himself alive? He does end up dying to Victor. 20 seconds and the bomb's been dropped. Good AUG at a distance here from Gade. He gets another. And Victor, he's just sitting on these dice box, waiting for his chance to strike. Not sure where Valda's off to. They all get overwhelmed. How has Kierby pulled that one off?
I don't know. I don't know, but he does it.
I'm not crazy to think that him extinguishing the flames clearly gives away his position.
And then throwing the flash, and then running out to the side.
Right.
And then killing his teammate.
Making noise, doing all these sorts of things.
Yeah, I think in his mind, everybody knows where he is.
Right.
And he's throwing a Hail Mary.
Yeah, so he's fighting like a caged animal.
Yeah, he's throwing the ninja smoke bomb as like a party trick at a kid's like magic show. You know, it's probably not going to work that well, but it's all he's got.
It definitely paid off. Good thing Gate had that AUG as well. I think it helped with him just peppering back into the bomb site. Like you said, that short control into a fast flank. That's another really good example of a round for it.
Yeah, they've definitely been utilizing those fast rotates round after round. A few players slow crawl up short. Ships initiates, but 2 kills in response, and Gate's putting that AUG to work.
Oh. Unfortunately for North, the moment Gate gets cleared, so does AZ. Simultaneous frags, and we're back into the 2 versus 2. Bubble's going to be tasked to plant 11 health on him. There's a frag grenade to be sent forward, but it misses its mark just barely. Cadian jumps up, fires the sidearm, and catches Poison, the one with more health than Bubble. 3 health and 2 opponents to kill. Not a very good look for him. There's a Molotov and smoke. That's going to effectively counter off short, but Bubble almost gets the best of Kierby nonetheless. He is denied at the end of the day, and that's a 2-point lead for North, as they also have 2 survivors.
Yeah, small opportunity to make that a 1v1, make it really tricky, and once again pull off the low numbers win over North, but North just slightly edge that out and take Windigo out, giving them a 2-round lead, 7-5 now. And for Windigo, they can look back at their bank and see that they've got enough to put together a very dignified buy. It's just Bubble with 3.3K. That will have to make a pretty sizable compromise. But you can't expect them to pass up on this opportunity. to hemorrhage the bleeding, because it's been 2 rounds in a row. That was a 1v1. That's a lot of money spent on the rebuys for North. It's a good opportunity for Windigo here to try to claw their way back into it.
Yeah, we've had these sprees of rounds. Remember, 5-0 start for North, 5-5 tied, and now North looking to pull ahead yet again. So before those half buys and saves start coming through at the very end of this half, take a pause, calculate it, mull things over, get back into the game. Windigo certainly purchased up enough. Victor just took a bunch of fall damage, actually, coming down the ladder too quick. See if that comes back to bite him. He does die to the spray of Kierby.
Yeah,
but
that's pretty much the situation that would happen.
Just traded to ships.
Number of players rotating back through spawn over towards B, while Ships works his way out to A. He actually pushes through a smoke, takes a ton of liberty here and a risk, but in this kind of situation, maybe it's worthwhile. He's actually just going to be used as a late lurk, so it'll come down to this hold from Gade, can thin the numbers out on the players entering B, and Ships here can now kind of listen as Windigo can take their time.
Valda hears footsteps all over. Right now, Cadian's scoping in heaven, so Ships is going to continue his flank. Windigo does not know AZ's still on long A. There goes Cadian. The flank is effective. Valda's position's revealed, so they know what is the last piece of the puzzle here at the B bomb site. Valda's going to try to move yet once more, and somehow Ships doesn't catch him because he's mid-transition. They're going to fall back up into AZ, and that's the bomb carrier just giving it up.
That's something that they didn't know about, was that there was another player at A. Ships probably communicated, you know, this other player, we don't know about him, and oh my goodness, Valda also shuts him down.
I mean, Ships goes sprinting inwards, and it's just headshot after headshot for the last 2 members of North. That was a very awkward round, back and forth, but AZ makes the difference. They had no clue he was still up there.
Yeah, very awkward, but I do appreciate from Windigo them trying to take the chance to make it tricky, trusting Ships to make a play, and him delivering was cool to watch too. So interesting stuff. You know, definitely one of the more appealing rounds that we like. The appealing rounds we saw from Avantgarde was those situations where they'd have one player perform a type of lurk, and a lot of the times it was just those 2v5 or 2v4 situations that we saw that were just so interesting. But definitely when it's 4v4, 3v3, that's when you can get a bit unconventional.
Blocker after taking a hefty amount of damage from a frag. Just makes a bit of noise on the other side of smoke. They're going to go for the boost with the Deagle of Ships. Gade, goodbye. Og scoped in towards mid. Got Poison and Victor inside of the bathrooms, and a third member coming to join them. It's Valda making an aggressive play. First time we've actually seen him really have to go on to the other side of Monster. So it completely catches Ships off guard, and it draws the rotation away from Windigo. Right back into the spawn.
Long way around as they kind of tether off of Bubble. And Valda. Quick scopes in, deals with 2. But there's still 2 Deagles up, and we know they're dangerous.
Yeah, most certainly so. If they can get their paws on the AUG, then be hitting even harder. But Kierby's not going to give them any wiggle room, not going to give them any breathing space. That's 9 rounds for North, 4 in a row, and what could very realistically be a 10-5 half.
One more buy, one more attempt. I feel like if I see that North are consistently giving me all this space at bathrooms, I go ahead and take that first if I want a default. And then after that, I can decide, do I want to try to have them hold with 3 people there and see if they're taking short control? Try to circumvent it, even by having someone work on stairs while we have a 4-1 towards bathrooms, and then work down if stairs is cleaned out, and maybe flank B, or just go into a full XQ one more time. A lot of options here, but North suddenly changing it up, going full frontal all over the A site.
Charging all the way up to Fountain, in fact. Only blocker there, and he has met his maker. Poison, very aware of this potential peak, and sure enough, AZ falls for the trap. Valda, deep position on Monster. They shouldn't expect Gade, but they still thoroughly clear it. Props to Windigo on that one. They get a 4 versus 2 in the final round of the half. A 6th round would be a nice little parting gift before starting the second side. But there is still a chance for North to rob it back. Kierby's flank is nice and slow. Cadian, though, caught with a grenade in hand. So it's all starting to fall around Kierby. There you have it, folks. 9-6. A 5-round spree each way, and then North looking to cement themselves at the very end of the half. But a message from Windigo, we're not done here just yet. We'll be back after this brief break, folks. See you soon.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, HyperX, Betway, and Pay Safeguard.
Another team showing across the board from North and a valiant effort between Poison and Ships. 15 and 14 frag for those two as we begin the second half of map number 1. Elimination on the line, minor playoffs, one step away at a second pistol already underway. It is Windigo on the CT side.
Let's see what they can do. This is a map where they can employ their aggression and get away with it and be applauded for it and be studied for it. So why not head and go and do it? 3 USP kills instantly. Poison turning up even more. Bubble from the back lines to help him out, and Ships gonna flank again like he did so well on the T side. Cadian's out, Windigo's in.
Oh, that was with a very dramatic pose that Launders just took, but you guys can't see that. That's why I laughed. You all missed out. Not that Windigo did, making the absolute most of that pistol. I mean, it was just headshot execution after headshot execution. North looking for retribution with a buy-up here in this round. It's mostly Kevlar CZs, but a dirty deagle for Mr. Cadian, who just got pummeled by a collection of grenades. Smoke goes down, and Bubble probably feels a bit of a heat, because there's a lot of T's charging for him. Bomb gets thrown into the open, and he manages a second frag with that one mag. Valde, the only man with a kill so far for North. He doubles down on the CZ, but at what cost, Mohan? 18 and 16 HP between him and Cadian.
Bubble went to town with that MP9. Yeah, that was nice. He did a good job of like controlling his crosshair, the recoil control, his ammo management, all the good stuff. And ooh, I don't know if it was it was Poison who 1D'd Cadian in the first half, but
Yeah.
he's showing he's got the chop too. Unfortunately, switches out to the flashbang at the most inopportune moment, and it's now Valda who's found a way to sneak his way into B site, and he's gonna hear and listen for a 1 CT. I don't know if he'll know there's 2. He's low on HP. Let's see how he maximizes his round here on low HP.
Yeah, he's going to have to have some fantastic shots. The bomb plant's meant to elicit a peek. He comes up, and oh my, almost drops Victor. Victor with as much health left over as to what Valda had to begin with. So, Windigo do convert, but at a relative cost. An AUG and an MP9 move forward. Op immediately purchased by Poison, and that's a good call because we've got AKs here to the T side.
That could have been very, very tricky. Now, I think if he gets the kill, it's still a very difficult round to win just because that smoke went down. So he'd probably have to spam into the smoke a little bit, and if he didn't hit him at first, then he might freak out, spam more, and that player could have just peeked after the smoke. But we're gonna move on from that. Highly unlikely 1v2. Good enough that he got the plant. Great opening kill from Poison here with the AWP. And we've got Spider-Man to the right. Crouch sliding and B-hopping away. That's AZ outside of Monster.
Ooh, Shadow. Shadow advantage there for Bubble. Gets him the immediate dink. Now Kierby's scared. He's hiding in the bathroom like a nerd at lunch hour.
About to get a swirly.
He's going to call for his teammates to come bail him out. Bomb included, in fact. Still enough utility for an execute to get rolling, but they're going to have to get past the cannon of Poison. He's fixated on mid, seeing as the smoke has now just faded. They've used this exact same boost against Cadian. Let's see if he can get Poison with it. Going so far.
There's definitely a lot going on. Bubble is on patrol. He's just an infantryman.
Call for that rotate up. You can see ships joining forces inside of the A site. Valda right through, finds the Opper and a second, nearly a third as well. But blockers up for only a moment longer. Ships taking bodies and dropping names here. Whoa! However, AZ has managed this. Somehow, Launders gets back into this round. He's going to go ahead and plant bomb on top of it all. He has such little health to play with and suboptimal guns. So he swaps to the AK and anticipates Victor's close proximity, sees the shoulder. He knows, but he needs the headshot. He needs it right away. And he anticipates the jump up. Will it come? Now he's revealed himself. He sprays, but can't take it, not swiftly. So it's back and forth as the bomb's halfway gone. Victor nails him. And that's the 9th round for Windigo.
That's a really tough one. You wonder why AZ stays up in the same spot that can be pre-fired. But because he's such low HP, the way it looks to him is that it's a headshot angle. The thing was, he actually did a lot of damage. It probably would have been in his best interest to maybe slide out. It's just that he doesn't know how much he did. He can't be sure. And although Victor was low, it could have still been 2 bullets. And so he ran the risk of Victor swinging it out with the perfect angle pre-fired and hitting the shot that he couldn't hit previously. That is the game you play. But it was a nicely played 1v1 from Victor. A nice attempt on the 1v2 from AZ. Nice for Windigo. Now they're at 9-9. And from North, we caught a glimpse of their money. It looked like it was not bad, but I don't know if they've got a full buy situation going on. Seems like, yes, they've all put AKs on their back. And Windigo, they're going to buy up. I think they're just, I don't know, they're just going to get the op thing sorted out. And Poison, holy smokes, already got 19 kills. Leading the charge, even in the server.
I mean, he's living up to the hype.
He is living up to the hype. Heard all about Poison. It's my first time seeing Poison. Oh, look at him. I'm going to remember him for a while. 110 ADR. At a 9-9 scoreline. Even more impressive.
Yeah, no sign of slowing down either. Not yet. He's been effectively kept on and off over and over. seems to be where he keeps some of his best work. Valdo was actually tagged up by Gade. They do still successfully trade as a train straight into the B site, but now where? They don't know what's going on in short because it was an all-in through Monster. Bomb planted inside the smoke. Bubble active flank. They've got the man advantage over, not to mention Gade being on half HP. Opens up Kierby to play the ramp, seeing as Heaven smoked off, but just bodies falling one after another. Kierby comes out, emerges from the water side, and still he'll die. That's double digits for Windigo first.
Yeah, they're now officially ahead. And there's a lot of kills across the board for most players. Majority alive here for Windigo. They retain the op. They retain 2 AKs, which again, is the #1 sign of opulence on the CT side. It's converting those M4s into AKs. And that one day might be SIGs. And one day might be AUGs, actually. But until that day, it's AKs. Ships grabs an AUG for himself. Really dangerous, man. It really just feels like a step up from an M4, from a AK, and it's just somewhere in the middle of an op. It's like a secondary op, but it's actually so cheap. Monster rush here for North. They want to come out. The Molotov comes out, but it gets extinguished.
And followed up by the frags. Gage just blown to smithereens. Never even got to see an opponent. Victor fully blind, sprays down AZ. The only member of North to effectively get through smoke. Finally, we find North on the scoreboard because Valda's got an entry, but just as quick as he can kill one, him and his teammates turned back round. Windigo about to secure an 11th. Poor Cadian doesn't even have bomb.
Yeah, they wanted to full commit to a full B side execute. The counter were just so good. There was definitely some miscommunication there because having one person commit in that situation was probably the worst thing to do, right? I mean, if everybody's not going to follow up and come through, then that guy dies in vain. If he gets a kill, then there should have been a guy behind him because that just makes it easier to take the rest of the site. And they don't have a plan to try to lurk towards the other side or sell some kind of fake. So all they do is lose somebody, and then they're in the worst spot on the map without a site to go to. That sounds pretty bad, right?
It sounds like a lot stacking up against them. You know, the odds most certainly not in their favor. What's Cadian got in his bag of tricks? He's just going to scale the staircase, get down and behind them. You can see Poison checking his flank, so they're very aware of this possibility.
I mean, he should just be like fully saving right now. Why even die? There's not really a good reason to die, considering they I don't know. They maybe don't want to buy here.
He's just looking to show solidarity. You know?
Yeah.
All
hey,
for
you guys
one,
died. Listen, I'm gonna be a pro. I'm gonna die too.
one for all.
Let's all die. It's like Jim Jones.
Except he bailed.
Too soon? No, he didn't.
You know?
No, he killed. He died too.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wait, did he? Did he get killed by the police?
I don't know.
I don't remember. He's dead now. All right.
We all die at the end of the day.
That's true.
Hopefully not this day, but you know what I'm saying. CZs and a Deeg, and utility amidst it. That's what North is looking to bounce back with. They've got a 2-point deficit to overcome. Windigo seemed confident, still just prancing around. I mean, look at Bubble here. He was out in the top of A site with no real support other than Poison. Could have been pushed from Connector, could have been bamboozled from Fountain, but he's happy to take those chances. He's an active player.
The tease approach. Oof. Oh. I want to know if he hits it. Oh.
Oh. Nope. Bubble with the first.
Oh.
Finally commits. Poison. Misses his shot. Bubble.
Oh, damn,
Gonna
Bubble.
miss his. Quick little 90-degree turn, but he's just overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of North. Blocker here to pick up the pieces. Remember, Poison leg shots Valda, so that's why he's on 18 HP. And if only Bubble dies in that situation, then it's definitely a success.
That's for sure true. And Poison for 2. 22 so far as North call for another tactical timeout, being their last call for a tactical timeout in this map. They have used them all up. So that means they've used them wisely, because most teams don't use all of them, and they're there so you can create an advantage for yourself. talk over tactics. And there's not a lot of time to talk over tactics and stuff like that in the normal game. It's important to use your pauses.
If you got them, use them.
Use them, or you lose them.
That's true. Yeah, I did. So definitely, you know, get active, kids.
Yeah.
Poison, 22 kills. Who's behind him? Let me check. Ships. Ships on 19. The rest of the team still trailing behind. So it's pretty much transition from the first half into the second. You know, momentum staying here to the favor of Windigo, but we've got North back on a bye. Full time. Everything they could ask for except for armor on Kierby. Glass cannon. Cinderella story. AZ waits, hears a lot of footsteps. And the problem is, if he gets stuck in this tunnel, he could just get spammed straight through. But he's flashed over, jumps in, pops poison. Here comes the door swing, blocker 1-for-1. So it's a flurry of frags exchanged. Molotov on Ships, loses half his health before he puts out the threat. But at least he stays alive.
Yeah, could have probably just moved out of that, and that would have been just as safe. And have him taking a little bit less damage as well. He probably could have held on to his smoke as well. But at the end of the day, he still lives. And Windigo seemed a bit confused about where their next targets are going to be. Cadian turns his attention away at the wrong moment, the very last moment to do that. Spent all that time creeping up and clearing out bathrooms, and he dies with the bomb. In a spot where Valda now has to be careful, knowing that his teammates just died there. I'm surprised that bubble completely evacuated into CT spawn, but that's done a good job for him of delaying time. And Valda spots one, doesn't know if it's bubble. We don't know if he'll hunt completely, but it looks like he is looking for the fight.
Ooh.
It's not one that he'll win, however.
Unfortunately for him, because that leaves Kierby alone. He had been on an expedition to grab bomb. Now he's going to be so fixated on bank, he doesn't expect that. Victor next to the truck, blindsides him, and now gives Windigo a 4-round advantage. This CT side is really starting to piece itself together.
It's looking nice, and it's a 4-round advantage with this eco as well.
I mean, just to be clear, North have yet to win a T round.
They have not won a T round yet. And they did try something new last round. They tried their hand at a short B push. The trades went okay. The mid-rounding wasn't quite as good, though. Windigo get crazy. They seem hard to predict.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. They get crazy. I like it.
No comfort. No time to pause or breathe or catch your breath. Look at this round. Windigo just throw the opper down into connector. It's versus pistols. You'd think, should I opt versus pistols in the closest proximity?
Is this a smart choice? No.
But is
it fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
And is it going to work?
Maybe.
Follow-up smokes towards Monster. Flashes over the top. Here come the pistol arrows. Ships with a mid-hop. Why not? Drops bomb. Takes 14. Windigo show no signs of stopping. They smell blood in the water. And it tastes so good.
That's disgusting. Yes. These are the kind of sick minds we're working with right now. Poison, 101 ADR, Ships right up his tail.
Yeah, right there with him. That's a little friendly rivalry. You know, top fragger drinks free.
Always good to have some healthy competition. The short Molotov is a superior way to take short. You can peek behind the Molotov, especially if there's a flash. The T's cannot move, and you can see them, and if they do run, they actually get hurt. Sometimes people run through the smoke. Sometimes people stop behind the smoke, but you can't see through the smoke. The Molotov controls them.
Oh, bubble. Too many targets all lining up. They'll each take some damage.
Wow.
Kierby.
Is this round over?
Looking like it.
Oh yeah, North are about to move in, get comfortable. They're picking the furniture, they're hanging up the paintings.
Looking to start a family.
They're cooking pancakes.
With or without blueberries. Better be with.
With.
But Windigo look to be some home wreckers, look to kick down the front door with Ships coming in the backyard.
You know what? Maybe this round isn't over. Ships has 100 ADR, and he's got 2 players in front of him. One of them goes down. The second one doesn't.
Valda, he's got some fight left in him. Sure enough, bomb planted on the other side of box though, so Cadian's just waiting for his chance to strike. Blocker just finally gets his paws on the bomb. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be so close if he was still alive. AZ saves the day, and Poison committed to the cause.
Poison was the one who was defusing the bomb, right?
I thought it was Ships.
Oh, Ships. Well, one of them, he just left. But then why was Poison just standing there if he was going to die?
I told you, he's committed to the cause.
What's the cause?
Trying to defuse the bomb.
But they didn't.
I know.
So
Remember, we went through this launder, one for all and all for one. Okay?
Okay.
Nobody dies alone.
Okay.
Everyone dies together.
That's optimistic.
No, I just think, I mean, if he was going to get that defuse, it was going to be with less than 1 second left on the bomb. So
yeah.
Poison's just on the site, and he's trying to give cover. Teammate dies. There's no way he's going to escape.
No. Someone got off the bomb and left.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
I thought AZ killed the diffuser.
Oh, is that what? I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll have to check the replays on that one. Thought someone just like left it and then didn't tell Poison, and Poison ended up fighting a pointless cause.
Oh wait, no replays.
No replays.
It's all live action, folks.
So, North pull one out. It was good of them to realize after killing Bubble, they just want to move fast. Ended up working out really well for them. It's definitely a risky setup from the CTs to have only one person at A, but that happens a lot on Overpass. It's quite common. Poison. Oh. Immediately finds a kill at long. Goes wide on the top bathroom's pick and kills a player just trying to default. He didn't want no smoke.
It's in their 9th terrorist round that North finally got on the board with this half. Now, looking to bring it back from a 4v5. AZ immediately from Monster catches a kill, and Cadian predicts the push from Bubble. Gade has made his way behind enemy lines and calls for the bomb to double back.
Wow.
AZ even, one better. This is a clean sweep despite losing that initial pick.
Holy smokes.
They have just plucked Windigo apart.
This is a brand new North. Right after they were called out for not winning a round so far this half. They won that last one. That was kind of nice, capitalizing on that one pick. And then this round was just nice from 5 players. They had a strong default. They were smart about where they were catching their lurks. And yeah, they get the bomb down, keep 4 up.
Cost effective.
Very efficient.
I mean, listen, this is elimination. If we're going to have to go 30 rounds, I don't mind at all. But North don't want Windigo securing overtime. They want to keep it in regulation.
Can they afford to lose this map?
I would say yes. We'll be moving on to Inferno, and I was relatively pleased with what I saw from them earlier. Although what's scary is that Windigo have like a plus 60% win percentage on 6 of the 7 competitive map pools. Or 5 of the 6, because they have insta-bans.
Windigo stickers it is. Is that an owl, or?
I think so. It looks like one.
It looks like a furball owl.
It looks like an emo owl. You know, it's got the bangs down.
Oh, okay. So it's going through a phase.
I don't really care about stickers.
Not here for the stickers.
1 timeout remaining for Windigo after this one. When we start getting into the 25th to 30th rounds, that's when the pressure can sink in. And we did say, you know, Poison living up to the hype, not letting the pressure bog him down. Well, this is when the pressure's at an all-time high. You know what's made under pressure? Lon?
Diamonds.
Yes. Diamonds. Overpriced rocks.
Yeah, they're see-through. There's nothing even to see.
How many Deagle kills does Poison get from here?
8.
I'm going to say 2.
Over the course of the map.
He's just waiting. I mean, he literally has no support. He is heads down. Now, he's actually curious, you know. From looking at his feet like a beta to chasing terrorists like an alpha.
Life comes at you fast. Oh! Okay, there's 1 of 8. Damn, okay.
Cadian catches him on the fallback, so it looks like North are just going to keep... No, I was going to say going for what they wanted, which seemed to be the short push. You know, they were poising themselves towards door before Poison popped one from the back.
This is interesting. They're kind of like going all the way back around, back to this triple stack of CTs. But they're not. Are they going to go through short? That's the big question.
I think they just go monster. Sometimes, you know, this is a play that sometimes works because you can get right out of the gates this 5-man monster push. Like that is for some reason a strategy on Overpass from time to time. But it's not often to go for a mid-round 5-player.
I cannot believe they're still up here.
They're committed to the cause.
Yeah. Okay. All right. They've dropped. It's hard to do a silent drop from that.
Cadian's not even gonna look. Back's giving up. Oh no, 2 kills? I mean, this is a man advantage. It's not the guns that they'd hoped for, but still this one's rock and roll, and Valda cuts down 2. It's Ships on the op.
Oh, he's an op.
He's trying to mitigate the health disadvantage, but the Glock is out for Valda. Time ticking oh so quickly, and he just doesn't have the kit.
Okay.
But damn, that's costly.
Very costly. 4 kills for Valda, but they've got all the rebuys. There's still some rounds to go. They're not going to be too arsed about it. It's okay. Windigo, they did good that round. They did a lot better than they expected. They could be smiling about that one. Morale's at an all-time high. They've got the double op set up. We're here on CT side. Let's make magic happen. Pushing up aggressively towards A with 3. How are they doing this? It's actually Victor and Bubble who are here. It's 3 rifles, surprisingly, that I can see. No, that can't be right. Oh, no. Okay, they've got Ships here. Or sorry, Poison. And he's commanding the fleet. He's got a lot of support. Anyone comes to the top of the stairs, they're cooked. Interesting to see this. Typically, the off is going to be looking this way, and he can turn his attention now as Bubble makes his way up against the wall. Op comes out to trade. Bubble here finally gets a peek off, but doesn't get the hit. Ooh.
Fast fingers, Poison left to right.
He dropped the bomb.
Yep, throws it out in the open.
This is interesting.
Problem is he's lost that support, and he's even losing bodies towards B.
Oh, that's not a good smoke. He's got to watch that. He's got to assume that that smoke was thrown with the thought that he could walk up and get it without showing himself. Oh my goodness.
But Valda's making noise. Then the bomb goes,
Come on.
Poison just pounds them on Fountain.
Come on, dude. That's actually really tricky. You know, like, without vision, we have vision. Without vision, he's got to decide how these players are going to approach him from basically everywhere. And he did have to get somewhat fortunate with the timing. The player who was coming behind him, when the player who was going to push through a smoke, how he's going to get the first and second kill, but at the end of the day, he made it happen.
Thing is, Valda made noise just next to the party. You know, that's why he catches that.
Oh, okay.
Footsteps were made. But there's 3 chances still for North to extend this into overtime. They've got the 3-man setup outside of Monster. AZ very close here. He's got that ump, and he's about to hit Bubble in the back unless Poison gives cover. He's just going to have to thread this shot past his teammate's legs.
Yeah, that's a ridiculously hard shot, and he wouldn't even, yeah, he needs to be on this better angle. See if he can do it.
Better stay scoped, bud. Bubble's been left alone. There's no way Bubble gets out of here alive.
Oh.
He hears all of this movement.
Oh, Poison came back.
And still, they don't know Bubble's this close to them.
Yeah, he's safe. Oh my goodness.
Poison whiffs the shot. Blocker, he finds his timing. Poison following suit. The lockdown on the bathrooms.
Who is this guy?
He is Poison, Launders. The Bulgarian beast. And he, with Ships, have sealed the deal on map 1. Windigo winning their choice and pushing this to a second. It'll be Inferno up next. Poison with a 3K to finish things. That's what pushes him over top of 30 frags. I mean, in and of itself, what a showing from Poison.
That's what we like to see, man. First map I've seen from him, 31 kills instantly. Great op rounds to seal it up, especially in the closing moments. And he looked intelligent. Aim was on point. It's fast.
I'm glad the first time you get to watch Poison, he goes ahead and lives up to the hype.
Yeah, but that's what he's been doing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
over and over. Like he doesn't fall to that pressure. You know, he's just been climbing the ranks of CS, brought into this Bulgarian top-tiered lineup. And
Nice.
holy mackerel, we've got North down a map. We also have Mouse Sports down a map, folks, over on the A stream. So it could be an evening of upsets. Who knows? Not us, not yet. You're gonna have to stay tuned and stick with us here on the B stream. We'll be back with the next map in this series.